Yeah, cool. I got a 270 awning. If you watched the channel for a while, I've expressed that I've not really been that interested in 270 awnings. Which, in some ways I'm still kind of not. Which is ironic, I guess, seeing as I'm standing with a brand new 270 awning right behind me ready to go in the car. Now this awning weighs 16.8 kilos. That's awning only, so it'll be a little bit more with the brackets and the hardware. I tried to mount this on my own. I was successful, but it was a little bit precarious, as you can tell. I'd recommend maybe getting a buddy or two over and shouting them a cool drink or a beer, just to make it a little bit easier. I basically had to dummy fit it up, so then I could pull it out and just check that it was going to wrap around the vehicle in the right spot at the back. Take care pulling the awning out in the very first place. I'm sure this isn't just the case with this particular awning, but all of them. It was a bit bundled up, and I was struggling a bit to pull it out because it was sort of a bit tangled up just from being packed and shipped. So I had to be a little bit careful. Finally did get it out. It was a little bit tangled still, but once I dummy fit it and then just quickly pulled it out to make sure that I'd positioned it right on the rack, then I just needed to roll it back in and do all the bolts up, and that was it. It was fitted. You know what, I might actually have that bang on. One of the things that I was always a little bit apprehensive of with the 270, and I've said this before, both on camera and off camera, is that I would always feel that for my setup, I could pull the traditional awning right out and then put a sidewall on, and I've got plenty of coverage because I love being in the rain, I love being out in winter. So that's paramount for me, is to be dry and comfortable through winter camping. And the previous setup I had was working for that really well. So that was why I was always a little hesitant with going to a 270, because they sit a bit higher and they come out a little bit less, in my opinion. To a degree, I think my theory is correct. I've got this on the car and I can see that it does come out a fair amount less. And there's no ability to be able to dip that down either, because when you dip it down you can sort of close yourself in, or close the awning down in on top of you with a traditional awning, especially with a sidewall. You can really bunker down in there, and the traditional awning would always come out at least the length of a swag, so you know you're going to be dry.
Yeah.
That's my first impressions. I'm not being negative, I'm just being factual about how my mind thinks as far as awnings go. Having said that though, you look at the area that you have on the back, Yeah, it has a vast, more general area of coverage, with it being nice and square out of the back here. And this whole rear area now is completely covered. With my traditional awnings, one would come out this way and the other one would come out off the side, and I'd have this big 90 degrees of area on the corner of the car that was completely uncovered. Now that's usable. So now I could possibly perhaps have my swag here in this spot, you know, rather than how I would always have it at the front of the car. So yeah, it's not, and this isn't anything to do with the Drifta awning. This is 270 awnings in general. This is my mindset for 270s in general, not any particular awning. I got a full side awning wall, whatever you want to call it, kit with it as well. So there's the ability for me still to be able to close myself in. It's not like I do have to be exposed, because I did get a full side awning kit with it as well. But yeah, they're just first impressions, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's not even like a negative or a positive. That's just a comparison.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. One thing I personally do like, and I noticed when it was in the shop when I was looking at it in the first place, this little bar that flips up the top here that you saw me push up before when I set it up, that just creates a bit of pitch in the very middle of the awning, the guts of the awning, just to help give it some runoff. So I thought that was actually really cool, because you've got that ability to create a natural runoff. And then on the side, this side here behind the car, you can see that it actually dips. It's got a natural dip along the back of the car, so your water is naturally going to drop, which I thought was pretty cool. And then it's just a case of, like any other awning, you just tie down a section here just to create runoff in the guts between your bars. Obviously I can't comment on longevity, because I've had it for all of probably a few weeks, and I've not had it out in strong winds. I've not been using it flat out. I'm not going to comment on anything like that. Probably will, you know, maybe I'll do a 6 month or a 12-month review on it or something like that. But these are all I suppose you could call superficial evaluations. And it's got to be said that this is the first 270 awning I've ever had. I haven't had anything other than the traditional pull-out style, so I can't, and I'm kind of comparing oranges to apples. I have nothing else to compare it to other than what I've sort of seen on other mates' cars. And
it's very quick to set up.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah, very quick.
And I mean, like, Matt always will do the awning by himself anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite quick. You just like pull it around, basically.
Another one that Luke threw in was these lights. Threw in 3 of these LED strips. They're the white LED with the amber. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
so like orange for like help with the bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And just normal.
So you can have amber, and then you can have the both on at the same time, or you can just have clear white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so I've got 3 just cable tied on, 3 on each bar, and then it's into a junction in here, and then that just plugs straight into a dimmer switch, which is then plugged into a 12-volt point. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot, and they're just cable tied on. They don't interfere at all with it closing up or opening. Yeah, so it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm wrapped. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. Luke's given me this pole, and it will, I'll show you, but it's got holes that goes up into on any bar of your choice. We'll push it up, you can tie it down against it, and that will help it stay nice and rigid. So I'm about to set the guy ropes up, and just come in here. This is the bag that's come with it. These are all the poles that it's come with. Yeah. I am, because we're on the beach though, I am still going to use my old sand peg. But yeah, quite nice. pretty solid.
Yeah.
In the last video where I'd mentioned, when I was talking about the roof rack, that the opportunity for a 270 awning came along. So Luke offered me the awning in exchange for me doing a video on it. I initially said no. I said I'd buy it. I kind of have been very reluctant to take free stuff, especially fairly valuable free stuff, for a range of reasons. I went home, Kelly and I talked about it. I told Kelly, we talked about it a bit, and we sort of concluded, well, why not? While we were talking about the awning, I'd also basically convinced Kelly that I needed to get a new roof rack. So that all worked out. So I went back next day, I said, yep, let's do it. And I told him, I said, I'll get a new roof rack, and I'll do a whole couple of videos on the rack and then on the awning. So rest is history, here we are. It was good to have you here as well to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Seeing it the first time, I love it. Just so you know, I love it. I think I reckon it's awesome.
Too. Yeah.
Now that I've got, and this is an argument for 270s in general, not just the Drifta one, but as far as 270 awnings go, my attitude has changed a fair bit. I was being quite a stubborn. No, I don't know what's the word. I was being stubborn. We'll leave it at that. I was being very stubborn about them. But now I got it on the car. Obviously, I haven't been out camping in it and that yet. But now that it's on the car, I'm very excited. I'm wrapped with it. I'm very happy with the fact I've got a 270 on the car, and I'm very happy with the awning itself. A big thanks to you, Luke, for this kind gesture. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get a lot of use out of this new awning. A thank you to the Drifta team as well, and a special thanks to Megan at Drifta Stockton Perth for all your work behind the scenes. Also a big thank you to everyone that's watched these last couple of videos on the new roof rack and the awning. I hope you've enjoyed them. I appreciate all your comments. I'll see you all soon on the next one. Hooray.